What is up, guys, and welcome to another league racing video. This is a team event, so I'm representing IRT, the team I race for. This is IRS Esports tournament, and it was really fun. It was a good tournament. We finished P3 in the standings, I believe, or P2, one of those two. I don't remember exactly, but this right here was my best race I've had in a tournament. Monza is one of my best tracks. It's one of my favorite tracks. It was the first track I even hit top 1% in time trial, so I feel very confident around Monza. I'm really good at pushing, but this was just even better. My qualifying was really good. As you see, I'm currently in P1, and this is my second run, if I'm not mistaken. My banker lab had put me in P1 off the bat, and it wasn't really that much of a great one. My PB here was at 18.3, I believe, so the quality didn't go as good as I would have liked, but all in all, I was able to put everything together, and I ended up doing only an 18.7, and started in the front row for the first time in any like high level tournament between PSGL, WR, or esports tournaments. So my best before this was P4. So starting P2, I was extremely surprised, but I got edged out by the Aston Martin there, and you see there a little bit of chaos right behind. We all know how turn 1 in Monza is extremely hectic, and at this point, the only thing going through my head is I need to keep this P2 right now. I need to stay within the top 3 at all times. I need to keep the race as clean as possible. People are going to push really hard, especially at the front, and I just need to stick with the SET driver, because as you see, he was pushing really hard. He was already 7.5 tenths, and looks like he turned off his ERS on the straight, but he was pushing really hard, so that made me push. I ended up getting my first warning here on lap 1 in sector 3. That is not good at all. That's not what you want to do, but I just needed to keep my head down. And then the Williams, the OVR driver, goes down the inside, and it forced me to leave room, but I went a little too wide, and then it opened up the door for the other SET driver. The SET drivers are driving really well, and they were pushing really hard, and they were working well, but again, at this point, listening to my race engineer telling me what he was around my pace, when to overtake, when not to overtake, when to push, not to push. So it was really crucial for this race as well, and maintaining a good pace, saving the tires, managing my ERS. As you see, I'm at 20%, and that's just not good. You want to have it, I like to say, at least 50%, but even then, that's not good enough. That's why you must have good pace, so you don't, in case you do have to burn, you have a lot more to play with. But you see here, the FCT driver actually forces me to attack, so I'm not really trying to go for the overtake here. I'm just trying to make sure that I keep the P3, because I don't want to get overtaken by maybe P5, and now I'm starting to drop back. So he forced me to an attack. I did, and he had a little moment. The OVR driver teleported backwards. Not his fault, obviously, his connection, but you see here, it happens again to him. Luckily, I wasn't behind him. He was getting extremely unlucky with that. Unfortunate for him, but he didn't really lose much, because I was going to pass him regardless into that corner, but that's still not something very good. But so you see, you're maintaining my pace really well, sticking with the SET driver. It's actually a different one now that's at the front. It's not the John guy, it's the Nissan. Nico's the one that's in P1, and I'm just maintaining my pace, so it shows that I was sticking to a consistent pace throughout this first stint, and the strategy here was go for an undercut to all the guys behind. As you see, the field has spread a lot. You see, we're in sector 1. You still people in going into parabolic, you see a McLaren all the way back there. I don't know what team that was, but they weren't having a good race. So yeah, the main things here, I take P1 for lap 10, and I wanted the track position. That was almost a penalty. As you see, my fronts were completely locked. I come out of the pits P4, and now I'm fighting against the Red Bull 4 track position, and I was able to come out of the pits ahead. So that was huge that this overcut, I guess on that guy worked, because he pit earlier than me, the Williams. And here I'm going a little bit defensive, just doesn't work. I defend from the Red Bull backs off. So yeah, now I gotta just make sure I stick with the OVR driver, who you can clearly see is pushing. He is gaining on this straight because he's using that ERS, and I'm trying not to use any ERS, but I'm trying to defend because there's a DRS straight coming here. So I gotta make sure I use that to my advantage. End up going wide again, and the Red Bull actually does a bit of a switchback, and that's just not good. it was not good seeing that happen. Mentality wise, I was like, okay, that shouldn't be happening right now. And I started questioning whether my pace was dropping or not, but when I didn't even realize I was still in the top 3, because I was just so focused on the race, and the only person I'm talking to is my race engineer, telling me the pace and the gaps and saving ERS, saving tires. And that's actually what I did this stint. I mainly just saved tires, and you are going to notice it into turn 1 a lot, and turn 3 you're gonna see me doing a lot of lifting. And I drive like that on the regular, but you're gonna see it very noticeable. Like, you see, I got off the throttle very early, and I'm not even touching the throttle. I'm just letting the car just drift through the corner. Not drift, just letting the car just kind of glide through the corner with no throttle, just using the momentum that it already has. And I knew that I needed to do this for the end, because these guys are pushing extremely hard, and my race engineer is saying we're gonna have to save tires, and by the end you're gonna have the best tires 100%. And this was working. As you can see here, I am still lifting, even though I am under extreme pressure. I am just lifting into these corners because I needed to save these tires. But come lap 22, the VMV driver goes down the inside. A very nice clean overtake. The Red Bull has a little look, but I defend. So now at this point I had to push, and if you look, my teammate is actually in P4 right now. He came out of nowhere, and he had really good pace, and he was racing extremely smart. He was very quiet throughout the whole thing, but he pushed hard, and he brought himself to the front. And I think all the battling allowed him to come back. But I see there the VMV Joe was trying to play some DRS games. He slowed down noticeably there, but no, I slowed down with him. My teammate Smart slowed down as well. I go for the overtake by turn 1, and now I'm P1 into the last lap, which is huge. So the VMV driver goes again for this overtake. I turn off mine, start saving some ERS. It looks like he burnt through all his. So now at this point, I'm like, I have 40. He is blinking. It's impossible for him to be saving right now because he's supposed to be pushing. So I just blast all my ERS down to 10%. He loses a lot of pace coming around the parabolica, and I was just ecstatic. I was losing my mind at this point that my first podium in a team event was a win, and not just a win, it was an IRT 1-2. This was just insane. I couldn't even believe it. It was crazy, and I was extremely happy that I got a win and my first podium at the same time. It was crazy. So extremely happy about this race. My best race so far between team events, PSGO, WR. Super proud of this one. So if you made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you join my Discord. It's completely free if you want to hang out, and I will be starting a coaching program along with my race engineer, who is PC F3 driver and a PC F5 driver. So if you're interested, make sure you join the Discord, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.